What is up? Welcome to the Watch Her Work show. I am Kevin, riding solo for at least the first half of the show today. So we're going to see how this goes. I think last time I took the show solo for a little bit, like we went all kinds of directions, all kinds of corners. Um, I got a pretty full notepad over here, so hopefully we're going to keep it a little more focused. There's so much to talk about with the WNBA. There's so much to talk about with Top Shot. I think we're going to have. I think probably the most difficult thing we're going to have tonight is to try to keep it in a relatively reasonable time frame for everybody. Because your boys had a day. Like it's already 8:30 Central here. Like we've had a full on day, and we just may have tired brain taken over at some point. Let's see who we got in the house tonight. We got Heath. Hello. We got Ricardo. We got ATCJ. We got Relic. Hello. Good evening. Welcome to those of you who are here. Let's get you started with a little reward because we got some good stuff to give away. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's find where it's at. Huzzah. We have, thanks to our friend, DJ Local, dropped off a Rui Machida moment for everybody. Let me set up my screen because this is not something I did beforehand. Here we go. Nobody else is seeing what I'm doing, managing browsers and tabs, but hey, this is life. This is where we're at. So let's get this in. Our friend DJ Local gave us a Rui Machida moment to give away for tonight. It's the all the badges, the rookie badges, the TSD breakfast cereals. Welcome in. I'm glad we could find a good name for your ballers because that thing looks sick. Very much look like one of the Monstars from Space Jam. Garen, what's up? Welcome back. If you are back in not Vegas, welcome back. We've had some decent weather out here. It doesn't feel like Vegas every day. You step outside, so that's good news. We got stuff rolling in. We're gonna give this away at the end of the show. This is an awesome giveaway. We want more folks to join in. Make sure that you like the stream, that you follow Team Hold, and you get the hashtag Machida Magic in there. There we go. What up? Oh, I see new faces in here. What's up, a deep threat? Good to see you. Welcome. We got Kunk City too. What is up? Let's talk about what's up because, friends, there is a game going on right now. Let's look at this right here. The Seattle Storm, the enigma wrapped in an onion, wrapped in all kinds of different layers. Seattle Storm first half popped off for 66 points, and they are currently, Chicago's making an effort in the second half, but they are currently just like trouncing the number one team in the WNBA right now. Just taking it to them after falling to Vegas in Sue Bird's last home game. They just woke up today and said, like, we are taking it to everyone. So 66 points in the first half for them. Let's see where they're at now. Looks like the score 93-84. So Chicago's like keeping it like within a ball game. They still have over 8 minutes left in the fourth, just getting over the fourth there. Yeah, look at this. They scored 38 points in the first half. This would be great for an NBA game where they have like way more minutes per quarter on here and just continue to crush it. Some surprising things about this game so far is the last time that I checked, let's see what we have for point totals and everything here. Last time I checked, Vandersloot is the leading scorer in the game, but Gabby Williams, leading scorer for the Storm tonight. Really someone known for offense, for facilitation, for steals, getting it done offensively for the Storm. Stewie coming in at 16, Jewel Lloyd at 17, still shooting kind of up and down on the season, but doing all right tonight, shooting 46%. Just dang, Seattle just came out swinging tonight. They are hashtag good, like super hashtag good. And man, she's if you had her on fantasy this year, like congratulations, you have to be doing super well. It seems like kind of the breakdown has been that Brianna Stewart and Asia Wilson are kind of the folks that are up there for MVP. That's maybe something that we can talk about a little bit later because it's something we do have to talk about. We're in the last week of the WNBA regular season. This regular season wraps up on Sunday, and it is just absurd how much there is still yet to be decided with everything in the playoff race. So that, you know, that's like, can you let us know what the odds were like when you laid that money down like that? I'm sure it wasn't the longest shot, but it was probably, when you laid it down, it was probably like Vegas and Sky were top teams. But I think Seattle right now will go over it. They're a 4 seed, but they are definitely a team who can take it all the way to the title, probably more so than any other team around them, especially like Dallas and Washington. But we can talk about that here just a little bit. Let's take a look at these standings. So we have a look here. Chicago, number 1, Las Vegas, number 2, Connecticut, 3rd, Seattle, right there in the 4th spot. The Mystics at 5th. The Wings, who clinched their playoff spot yesterday, are at 6. And unfortunately, Arike Ngubawale for them is going to be missing the rest of the regular season and the first whatever first round playoff matchup they have. And still 5-1. That's not bad. Like, just, it's a good bet though. Like, if you look at all these teams like around here, like I would trust Seattle probably more than I would Connecticut. Seattle has way better depth than Las Vegas does. And then we've seen like what Seattle can do to Chicago just tonight. Like that's not bad. We'll take that. But you see right here, these are teams that have already clinched. And then we start to jump into the 7 and 8 spot that's still yet to be decided. And we have all these teams kind of within a game of each other to try to finish that out. We have Atlanta, and we actually have notes out here, so I did a little bit of homework. Atlanta has 3 games left, including one tonight. They have Vegas, they have the Liberty at home, and the Liberty at Barclays. Phoenix, right down here. Phoenix still has home against Minnesota, home against Dallas, home against Chicago, and they still have kind of that 1-game lead on the other folks on here. I don't know if you all know, but Phoenix is probably the most depleted of these teams. In their last game, Skylar Diggins-Smith had to miss a game with a non-COVID related illness. Diana Taurasi, it was announced yesterday, she is going to be missing the rest of the regular season, at least probably most of the playoffs for as ever long as Phoenix is in there, or if they're in there. They said they're going to evaluate in the playoffs, but it doesn't sound super good. Taurasi would be missing for a quad injury. And of course, the team is still without Brittany Griner, which free Brittany Griner. She's unjustly detained. She needs to come home, and hopefully the State Department is working on that part of it. But yeah, Phoenix is in a tough spot. We saw that they were able to win a game, and that Phoenix was able to win a game without Skylar Diggins-Smith, without Diana Taurasi. Shea Petty, Diamond DeShields just went off on the New York Liberty. New York Liberty, not known as the best defensive team in the world, so it still seems like it could be a stretch for Phoenix to get into that spot. And Salute's definitely sporting a shiner. Like, let's see. Let's go back to this picture. How much on this can I zoom in without my browser crashing? Let's see. Yeah, look right there. Like, that looks like face paint, like on a football player. Like, she got it good. I think that may have been in the Commissioner's Cup game There's also been, I don't know whoever watched the Dallas Wings and Liberty game last night. A lot of games Chicago has been involved in. Everything's been chippy, really down to the wire. And there's been a lot of complaining on the player side, on the league side, on the Twitter side about what the officiating has looked like. The officiating in the WNBA is, I think, just notoriously bad, has been historically notoriously bad this season, and a lot of games have started to get out of control. And so Sloot's got a shiner. I think there's a couple players on Dallas who took some elbows to the face. If you watched Sabrina Ionescu last night, she got like bumped up by Alicia Gray after like a tussle for a loose ball. And oh man, she looked like she was ready to throw hands. Like things are going wild for the WNBA this year. When was the last time that I saw an NBA player with a black eye? I don't know. Why is that weird? Why don't I know that? It seems like a very like 1990s, like 1980s thing from when I was like growing up and able to like see that. But who can I think of? Like I've never seen like Kevin Durant with like a bruise around their eye. I don't know. I don't know why I went directly to Kevin Durant, but that's kind of like the most talked about NBA player at the moment. So I don't know if like if you can think of like examples, like we can look it up like here on Twitter because I want to see. Like I don't think they're going to look as tough as Sloot does because dang, she is sporting that. I think also this means with as many times as Deep Threat is bringing up Sloot, I think he is like trickling himself back onto the Sloot bandwagon just in time for playoffs. I'd be interesting to know your thoughts about that Deep Threat. Getting back on track for playoff standings. So top 8 teams get in. And so the line is going to be right here at the Mercury. We have Minnesota next, and a little bit of Twitter research I done because I can't do the math on this. I'm not your person for that. It sounds like if Minnesota wins out, they have the tiebreakers necessary against a lot of these other teams to sneak into the playoffs, which would be pretty remarkable given how they started the year, the injuries that have happened to Sylvia Fowles. It's remarkable that Napheesa Collier came back 10 weeks after giving birth. Napheesa Collier came back 10 weeks after giving birth, played in a WNBA game, like the highest level of professional basketball that she can play in, and like played well. It sounds like, according to her coach, she played double the time, doubled like her minutes restriction that they were anticipating, and just looked really comfortable out there by the end of the game. And so you see Napheesa Collier at the press conference with a 3-month-old baby. That's hers that she gave birth to earlier in the year, sitting in her lap, talking through this press conference. To go back to the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt like intro, like females are strong as hell. That's amazing. A Deep Threat, like when was the last time an NBA player like played in a game 10 weeks after giving birth? I don't know that that's happened. We may have to dig around like Basketball Reference to see where that's happened. So these folks are tough. I can't wrap my head around the strength it takes to do that. But remaining games for Minnesota, they have a game at Phoenix, like we talked about. They're home against Seattle, and then their last game is at Connecticut. So pretty tough in comparison for the rest of these teams. The New York Liberty after them in the 10 spot. They have at Dallas, at Atlanta, and then home against Atlanta. The Los Angeles Sparks, they have 2 games against the Connecticut Sun, and their last game is against Dallas. I think based on the way the Liberty have looked and the Sparks have looked over the last couple nights, I think that they have essentially kind of played themselves out of the playoffs for this year. I think kind of the last remaining team out there that I could conceivably see get in is going to be Minnesota. And I think it would be a great story. It would be a great part for Sylvia's last run. I think it would be a great story to have Nafisa Collier in the playoffs after giving birth. And I think it would just make for a great matchup. It would be a bummer if Phoenix didn't make it after everything that they've been through and sort of the grit that they've demonstrated, especially over the last 2 months. But that's kind of where I'm thinking. I'm thinking as we have here, between all of these teams that we have that are still in contention, it seems most likely to me that I think we're going to have Atlanta and we're going to have Minnesota as the last two teams in the playoff. And Heath, I think that's absolutely right. I think when you have kind of an unknown of Nafisa Collier, it's going to be super hard for Chicago to game plan for. You don't know like what version of her you're getting. It's also hard to game plan against Sylvia Fowles because even though they have Emma Meesman, they have Azrae Stevens, they have other players that they can kind of throw in there down low. Syl is still going to be kind of stronger than a lot of them. And I think in a best of 3 series, which all these first round matchups are going to be, anything can happen. Just in the same way as, those 1-game series, anything can happen. These are all teams that have dealt with a lot of adversity throughout the year. And I think there's going to be maybe more than one upset as we look at the playoff picture kind of in this first round. Yeah, exactly. Lynx have played a lot of folks tough. They have lost some stinkers kind of in the first part of their season. But they've played the Aces tough. They've played a lot of the good teams really tough. And when Aerial Powers has her shot, when Kayla McBride can knock down open shots, and when folks like Mariah Jefferson, Rachel Banham are staying kind of within their game, not turning the ball over, things like that. They're a dangerous team. They have a lot of talent, and that doesn't even bring up like Jessica Shepard and some of the depth that they have, or even players like Milic or something who are backups to Sylvia. Like they're a sneaky deep team. They're a sneaky good team, and if they're able to win out and get into this postseason, like watch out for Minnesota. And make sure that you clip that and say watch out Minnesota, and you can share it with some of the Minnesota folks we have in our Discord, just to make up for all the dunking on Minnesota I did earlier in this season, because they've certainly turned it around and made themselves kind of a fixture in this playoff race. What about y'all? What do y'all think of that? If I'm making the picks, I'm planting my flag to say that the last 2 teams in the postseason are going to be Atlanta and Minnesota. Does anyone else in the chat have any thoughts counter to that, or is this what we're thinking? And if that's going to be the case, that's a number 1 matchup of Chicago, Minnesota, Las Vegas, Atlanta, Sun, Wings, and then a first round matchup for the ages. That's going to be the Mystics and the Storm. Just 2 almost championship caliber teams. I think the Mystics' recent loss to the Sparks has me sort of concerned about like what the Mystics' actual like championship aspirations are. But they're still really good, and they've demonstrated that they can be a really good team this year. Once they have some stability in their starting lineup with Elena Zeldon sort of like staying in the lineup, and it sounds like she's going to be playing as many minutes as possible in the playoffs. Does anyone else have any counter thoughts to this? I even think that like Atlanta, Las Vegas is kind of a sneaky matchup as well. I think Cheyenne Parker is an interesting matchup for Asia Wilson. I think the emergence of players like Naz Hillman underneath grabbing boards and things like that for Atlanta, like make them pretty tough. And Atlanta also has the Rookie of the Year and a potential MVP candidate as well in Ryan Howard. So I think that there's going to be a lot of good matchups for whatever route we get going in the playoffs. Right. And that's, deep threat. I absolutely agree. Of the teams here, I think the most dangerous kind of takeover player is going to be Sabrina. the issue remains is Sabrina is kind of one player on that team. Sabrina also has the concern that kind of plagues the entirety of her team, which is turnovers. That's not something she's totally fixed, and her emergence as one of the league's best players is absolutely remarkable. I put out a tweet last week saying that this was after Sabrina became the first player in WNBA history, I think, is to record 200 rebounds and 200 assists in the same season. And 6 months ago, we were talking to her sort of about like, if Sabrina doesn't turn it around this season, is it too early to talk about her as a bust, as someone who hasn't lived up to their potential? And after I would say a slow kind of like first couple of weeks of the season, she's absolutely demonstrated like she is ready to lead a team. Her game isn't perfect. She can absolutely take over a game. So I'd absolutely agree with that. Like the takeover players, the players that like I would be worried about facing and just like completely taking over a game within this kind of stretch, that's going to be Sabrina Ionescu. It's going to be Skylar Diggins-Smith. I think Nneka Ogwumike for the Sparks can still do that. I think the Sparks are still too far out and just don't look like themselves. They don't look like a playoff team at all to make it. But I think those players who can take over a game, who would terrify me if I have to face them in sort of like a win or lose situation, is going to be like Sabrina and Skylar Diggins-Smith. Magatak, what up? How did your bowling go? Let us know what you did, man. And yeah, the Aces don't have a very good bench. This has plagued them all year, and they don't have a good bench. And Becky Hammon doesn't trust the bench, and so she doesn't play the bench. Atlanta has one of the best defenses in the WNBA. So if they can trap, wear out, wear down like these Aces starters and sort of get them out of their game, there's not much that Las Vegas can turn to. I mean, they have the best starting five in the WNBA. There's just not much that they can do. So if Atlanta is able to steal a game and it comes down to sort of like, a win or go home kind of game, I think Atlanta's pretty prepared for it. Just missed the 700. That's all right. It's all right. We're still here. We're glad that you showed up. We're glad that you got out there and tried. But this, I think I would absolutely think about this as a potential upset. I think people have already like shoot in Vegas as members of the sort of the WNBA finals for this year already. I think that's kind of a mistake given their bench, like you talk about, and it's not something that I'm ready to just throw them into yet. We have 7 minutes until we get a 9:00 game started. So I want to transition to something else. Let's look at here. We have, let's pop this out a little bit. Let's get our spacing a little less wonky on this page because it always does that for me. Let's see. Well, let's make some underdog picks because we still have 2 games left to go tonight. One that starts at the top of the hour, one that starts at 9:30 for me. And let's look here. We have in our last 3 or 4 underdog picks have just missed in the most heartbreaking and crushing ways. So let's take a look at what's going on with Atlanta and Las Vegas, and let's build another soul-crushing lineup that is just going to destroy me. I think on here, I had said that Cheyenne Parker is kind of a sneaky good matchup against A'ja Wilson. I think she has an ability at the very least to hit that rebound mark. And Steve, hang around. We're going to be talking pack everything, pack drops, pack everything as soon as we get these underdog picks in. We're glad that you're here. Thank you. So I'm going to hit her over on the 6.5 boards. I think for some of the other players, a lot of these things just seem super close. So I don't know how ready I am to take that on. I think Ari McDonald She has been a good focal point, maybe not focal point, but she's been a good part of the offense, and has done really well for them. But a lot of guards are back for them. They signed one of their backup guards, whose name is escaping me at the moment, to rest of the season contract. She may not get the minutes quite to get her 12 and a half points that she would need. A lot of that's good for her is going to come either drives at the bucket or threes. I think she may be an under candidate tonight. I am going to need to make picks in kind of the other areas. So let's see. I think I want to scroll to see where is the Kia Stokes Dearica Hamby combo is interesting for me because was it last game? Becky Hammon moved Dearica Hamby to the bench and started Kia Stokes, who's been really good in post defense and getting boards. As you can see, not big on scoring. Same with Dearica Hamby. Dearica Hamby just hasn't been producing a lot. I don't know that this is her kind of breakout game. Even though she may be matched up against someone like Naz Hillman, who's a rookie, I think Atlanta's defense is still enough to keep her kind of out of the game. So I'm going to also go an under on 12 points, rebounds, and assists for Dearica Hamby. No, I lied. I'm going to go under 6 points on her. I think there's a world in which Dearica Hamby gets like 8 boards and 5 assists or something. Whoa! Storm just broke the WNBA record for assists in a game. Dang! As soon as this is done, I'm watching that League Pass replay. Sounds like an incredible game. That's amazing. Okay, we have to hurry up. We only have 3 minutes left. Yeah, you think that, but she has not been like I don't trust the scoring for her. Let's see. I think DeWanna Bonner has been kind of an underrated part of Connecticut's offense. I think she can hit an over, especially against LA in points. I think, let's see, 1.5 3-pointers made for Katie Lou Samuelson for me seems like a hit on the over. And that to me, everybody, is a full slate. So we're going to do, let's get wild. Let's put in our $5 and let's hit submit on this. I don't see anyone in the chat yelling at me to stop. No, what are you thinking? We're confirming. Let's see how this breaks my heart today. And let's go. And just so y'all can see, like I'm not lying about this. I promise. Let's go up. I don't think you want to see my account, but is there a way for me to look at my history easy on here? Let's see. Let's look at completed. That's just for drafts. What about picks? Pick 'em. Results. There we are. Pick 'em. There we go. So we've missed one each of the last few times that we've done this. So we did just 2 last time. We missed on Ryan Howard, rebounds and assists. We missed on Allie Quigley. I had her under 17.5. She proved me wrong. And the last one there, remember the Commissioner's Cup when I picked that? I picked every single one of my picks wrong on there. We are not going to let Sykes ruin our night tonight. Not tonight. Yeah, see, now you do it after I confirm. Thank you. And let's see, what was this last one? Yeah, Gabby Williams crushed the soul. Over under 12.5 points, rebounds, assists, had the over and got right at 12. So of course, soul crushing. So that's kind of where we're at for WNBA things. We made picks for tonight. I think they're going to be pretty interesting games. I think that Atlanta Las Vegas game, that potential kind of first round matchup series is going to be super interesting. Yeah, why don't they reward me for that? Getting them all wrong is just as hard as getting them all right. Like, where's my medal? I'm a millennial. Give me my participation trophy for this. Like, seriously. Mac Attack, you are a great source of positive vibes. So hopefully that's what happens here. Yeah, let's transition into talking Top Shot, because I have packs to give away. Or I have packs to give away. I have a moment to give away. I have packs to open. Speaking of a moment to give away, let's fire that back up, because we have folks here in the chat. We are celebrating Machida Magic tonight. Make sure that you like the stream, that you subscribe to Team Hold, and you put Machida Magic in the chat. We only have 9 entries on here. We have more people than that watching, so get in there. Thanks to DJ Local for giving us the triple badger, or the four badger Rui Machida moment as part of a giveaway for tonight. And yeah, start throwing that stuff in there. So there's a lot happening in WNBA land for Top Shot. Steve, let's answer your question first. Will we see more regular airdrops for the WNBA sets? I think a lot of people are better than me at reading kind of the tea leaves, or what happens with a lot of these announcements. It sounds like a lot of things with like set locking are going to have an impact on future airdrops and things like that. So the short answer is, in the short term, I don't think we're going to be getting much more than what we are at the moment. I think as we look ahead to any kind of the next base, we have one more base set pack drop happening. That's probably going to be airdrops for best of completion and set 4 completion, base set series 4 completion. And then we get into the playoff legendaries, the inner bag. And that's probably going to require some kind of legendary completion as well, either an inner bag complete set and something else. I don't know. I think that's probably what we can look for right now. And while that's not a ton, every base set pack drop that's come out has, like, I've gotten an airdrop pack of that, being a best of set holder. And if nothing else, we've had a lot of consistency with that from Series 4. I think there's folks who would like to see more happening on that front. But we got to think a lot of those other sort of pack drops that have, or a lot of the other sets that we've seen have been like off of flash challenges, burning challenges, things like that. And there's not really much of a way to do kind of that extra incentive on the airdrop side for it. So thankfully, we got some other folks here who can answer questions, because we got a guest. I have run my marathon. I get to hand off a baton. If you are a friend who's in the green room, can you just give me a thumbs up to let me know whenever you're ready to go on stream? All right, we got friends to join us.
What's up? How you guys doing? How you doing?
The legend, Snapper, how are you?
Doing pretty good. I'm catching some well, I'm not actually catching the WNBA action, but I'm excited for it this week. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's a big week. Like, I can't believe that, like, this is the last week of the season. Like, it's absurd to me. Yeah. And I know we've had a longer season than most. I know a lot of things to condense. There's been a lot of basketball, but like, dang, we're gonna be ending the season so soon. And I feel like we just are starting to get to know a lot of these teams and everything. Like, what's your take on that?
I mean, I think like a lot of teams are kind of coming into their own. Like look at the Sparks. I think the Sparks are a great example of like this team that's been through this roller coaster of a season, losing a coach, losing players, yet they're still kind of in this playoff hunt. But like then they had this chartered flight issue. Like that's a whole thing. Like there's just so much going on in the league. And like teams are kind of coming into their own and finding which players are kind of going to help them make that push or not make that push. And I think, it's just a really fun time to be like a W fan, because like, this season has flown by. Like literally, I mean, like 3-4 weeks ago, we had the like all-star game. Like the Commissioner's Cup was like 2 weeks ago. Like it's just, it doesn't even seem like, it seems like that was like a week or two ago. Like, and it's just, I don't know. It's definitely flown by.
It's definitely flown by. Like, I feel like I feel like a week ago we watched like Sylvia Fowles dunk in the All-Star game, and that's been like a
Right.
month. And yeah, it's gonna be it's bananas. And um like I'm so interested to see like what a new playoff format looks like in this league. I'm interested to see just how like it feels like so much season to get done by Sunday. It feels like me as an English major in college. Like there are so many deadlines happening,
Every
and
week.
there is so much of my grades still up in the air. Like, and I have to hand in all these projects that I'm like 5% done on, and like there is so much to cram into the rest of the season, and I can't wait to see what happens with it. Were you able to look at sort of the standings as we talked about them to sort of see like what do you think the last couple teams are
Let's
to
see.
get in? Let me bring it up here real quick. So we kind of went through a little bit like, you know, these last kind of 3, 4, 5 teams right in here. These are the teams who,
Yeah.
you know, there's 2 playoff spots available for you know, these what am I looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like 4 or 5 teams, right?
5 can kind of count the Sparks in that. Like I think what I looked at is I planted my flag on I think Atlanta and I think the Lynx are going to get in. I did a little like Twitter research to say like Minnesota, if they went out, they potentially have a lot of the tiebreakers needed to sneak in. And their remaining schedule is at Phoenix, against Seattle, and against Connecticut. So, you know, tough wrap up.
That's
on
tough.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you have any takes on that? Who you think your last 2 might be?
I mean, I think that's probably like the Lynx feel like a safe pick. Then maybe I think didn't the Mercury just come off a win? Did they beat the Liberty?
They did. Yeah, they came off a great win against the Liberty where they didn't have Skylar Diggins or Taurasi, and they're not going to have Taurasi for the rest of the regular season.
So like that puts them in the hard spot. Like that's like kind of like the underdog pick. Like I feel like the Atlanta and Minnesota are like the safer picks in that, but like definitely Mercury could make that shot even without Taurasi. I think that's the cool part is like you got 5 teams right here that can still like make it into the playoffs, and we have like 3 days left of the season or a week left of the season.
Right.
Like that's crazy.
It's crazy, and that's a great pick. Like Phoenix has exactly the FU attitude to like say, "Oh, you're going to take away our best player due to like international conflict. Okay, you're going to take away your next best player. Oh, you're going to take away your next best player. Like FU, we're still getting in the playoffs. Like that's their kind of attitude." It was so great watching the post-game press conference from that. I think it was Diamond DeShield's like first words, like sort of like, how did the team win? You know, missing all these players. That their first words were like, we still get paid too. Like we're still we're still basketball players too. And she is like that sort of just like chip on your shoulder, Taurasi, Skylar Diggins attitude just permeates through every player. It's amazing.
You can see it in that team, like for sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I like your pick. I like your like little sneaky underdog, like go for the fighter. We have to transition back to Top Shot at some point because
always exciting.
Finished best of 21. Congratulations to you. Like, way to use that OTM sniper tool. Shout out to OTM. Picking up, like, it's great when you can finish a set and still feel like you got a deal. Like picking up some of those like $4 like floor moments, like that's not my normal experience, but like I'm glad when other people can do that.
It's good to see good trading decisions once in a while.
Oh my gosh, good trading decisions. Who could have imagined?
Like they don't come around too often, but like when they do, it's an incredible feeling.
Incredible. Like you honestly, you love to see it. Speaking of trading decisions, it sounds like it didn't sound like it's exactly what happened. Top Shot got sort of like looped into their own bad trading decision when they announced that the Rise With Us set was going to be extended to 20 moments. And I don't know if you were in the Discord that day. I'm not usually a Top Shot Discord lurker, but I brewed up some popcorn. I got ready. I popped in, and dang, people were big mad.
Always got to have mad stuff. If you're not mad and you're on the Top Shot Twitter streets, you're just not doing it right.
Right. You're just you're not living the life that you're meant to out there. Leah, let me bring up on here. I thought I had the tab open, but I didn't. So I'm just going to keep talking. And we're just going to bring up. So last week, Top Shot announced that that they were changing the Rise With Us set, which we believe to be kind of set at 15 moments. It was going to end at the end of the regular season. They announced that they were going to push that into the playoffs and make it a 20-moment set, complete with flash challenges, the way that set has been sort of constructed as of late. And Project Pat, who I think is from Nine Lives Lounge, let's see. Yep. Sort of came out with the thread, a very reasonable thread to say, like, this is a bad idea. Like, we're not like tagging Jane. We're not doing like the Mike Zakarian voice, like, Jane, you're not doing what I want you to do. We're not going that direction. Like, this is pretty well thought out. Like, and it's a great, it's a great analysis. Like, if you extend these flash challenges into the playoffs, you have a dramatically smaller pool of available players who are going to like meet these challenges. And you are, especially with players like Emma Misamin and Alyssa Thomas, only have one moment on the site. They're going to be one of these teams that is going to be in the playoffs. Sounds like we could have had sort of a repeat of like the 2021 summer fandom kind of thing. And then Top Shot community said, all right, we're cutting it. Like, we'll cut it at 15. It'll end at the regular season. This week's challenge will be the final Rise With Us challenge of the set. Schnapper, what's your take on this?
Oh man. So like one, I think it goes back to the communication issue of Top Shot, like just basic, like we should communicate our plans. So if you were planning to do this with the, you set out a roadmap, we should do that with the Rise With Us. I get the qualms that collectors had definitely with it. So it's cool that they are receptive to that feedback, but also it's kind of like, personally, like if they had like a stance, they should stick with those stances. So it's kind of like
what a concept.
It's nuts, like it's crazy. But I mean, like I would have liked them to just stick with the original Rise With Us. Don't make this announcement. Make a new flash challenge for the playoff. Like here's a little set. I mean, especially with the 3-5-5 like playoff series rounds, like you should be able to make a pretty interesting challenge around the series. Like that would be kind of cool to see, just like we do for the NBA. So I mean, this could have been a problem for sure. Like it could have been. I'm glad we avoided it, but like it goes back to like, come on, Top Shot, just communicate with us, stick to plans, and I just communicate better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm absolutely like on your team with that as well. Like this is, if I not the smartest person in the room can sort of see, like if we extend this into the playoffs, like there's less teams in the playoffs. There's less players in the playoffs. And like, we already have like kind of an absurd bottleneck as it is with Alyssa Thomas. I mean, Alyssa Thomas is a great player, but the moment Alyssa Thomas gets a common moment, like that Rise With Us moment is not going to hold value, I don't think.
Not the same, at least, for sure.
Oh yeah, not the same. And then there's going to be some upset people holding on to Alyssa Thomas, sort of saying like, well, what happened to my moments? Where's my bag? And like I don't know how we don't have the foresight on some of these things already. Just to what you said, I'm repeating just what you're saying. This is terrible. This is terrible.
No, it's good. It's new words. It's good stuff.
If nothing else, like I have a good like way to like use synonyms for what things that everyone else has said already in the meeting. And like. Let's see there. Matt, the guy who creates challenges, owned up on Space today that he just like for legit forgot the set was listed at 50 moments in the roadmap. And like that's a good move. And like owning up to mistakes, communicating or sort of responding to community feedback and like in reasonable ways, I think are good moves. And I think it's a good move to cut off the challenge. I think it's a good move to own up that this is the process we were in. This is the mistake that we made. We'll do better going forward. Absolutely, absolutely great. And that's how you sort of, you really sort of tamp down a lot of the torches and pitchforks and things like that show up. You're not going to make everybody happy, clearly, as we saw on Twitter on other spaces today, but like at least own up to it. And I can feel a lot better about just like continuing to participate in that kind of stuff. Yeah. I think we spent a lot of time on that. We spend way too much time on this, especially when I have like moments to like, we have a moment to give away. I got packs to rip.
I got
We
some
got other things
packs.
to
Yeah,
talk about. Yeah,
we got it all.
we got it all. And speaking of challenges, like I'm not like we are not done yet, fam. We still have this Asia Wilson for the Cup challenge, crafting challenge that's happening. To participate in this, you need the Asia Wilson fandom moment. You need an Asia Wilson fandom or common moment. You need the Kelsey Plum WNBA base set series 4 moment. For some reason I don't totally understand, you need a Serena Ionescu base set series 4 moment. You need a Vegas Aces moment of any kind, and then a WNBA fandom moment. That is, I mean, that seems relatively attainable for, for kind of crafting challenge as it is. You see already that 1,033 collectors have participated in that so far. And there's still over a day to get that kind of thing done. Snap, is this something that you are going after or you've already done?
So I would have to burn. I only have one fandom moment, and I don't
Mhm.
want to break my player's choice set
Yep.
with Asia. So I think I'm gonna skip out on this one and
Yep.
hopefully go for it in the market, maybe. But I
Mhm.
think, was it is it Jackie Young that had the Commissioner's Cup?
Yep.
Or no? So I think didn't that one get a huge bump in price
Yeah.
recently? I
So
think so. That was
that's
kind of interesting to
exactly.
see.
Mhm. Yep. Let's bring that up. Because that's exactly what I'm thinking as I like consider figuring this out. So I went for the Kalia Copper, and that
Oh
right now
wow!
is sitting at $30, and the Jackie Young all the way up at 96. So as I'm
Yeah,
looking
that's
at this,
crazy.
it's crazy. Like I think if I look at this and I think, yeah, if Asia, like if the Asian moment was going to like sit below 1,000 completions, then maybe I would think about like going for it last second. But as we like sort of look at price, like obviously there's a bit of a player difference between like Asia and like Kalia Copper and stuff, but it has a similar mint count. I don't know, like I may just rather like pick this up later on.
Yeah.
And that's just me. Like we'll do the mic drop, like not financial advice, of course. Collect what you love, do what you love. This is all about like finding enjoyment and collecting and being among the community.
Go make good trading
Oh, and
decisions.
make good trading decisions. Oh, okay.
It's easy.
But still, like that Jackie Young price is just wild to me. What does
That's
that
nuts.
like signal anything to you about like what the rest of this like set is going to be like?
I mean, looking at it, I think like a lot of the price comes from it's because of the bottleneck. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I think the Commissioner's Cup like set is kind of interesting because like
Mm-hmm.
there's not an NBA equivalent necessarily. So like to me, like I don't love All-Star game moments. Like I
Yep.
wanted the Sylvia Flat fouls because of the dunk. Like love
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Wanted the Sue Bird, missed out on that. Those
Yep.
are the kind of like the moments I'd want.
Mm-hmm.
I oddly do place more value on Commissioner Cup moments. I don't
Yeah.
know why. Like I can't explain that. But that is kind of interesting to just think about psychologically. Like I
Yeah,
don't know why.
absolutely. It's like its own like it's its own thing. Like and
Yeah.
it's so what is it? What's that quote like out of the Ant-Man movie of like it's so ugly, I love it. Like the Commissioner's Cup is so weird. It's like there's not an equivalent. Nobody understands the requirements for like getting into it, and we just like love it. It's part of our life now.
And you usually get like great quality players and like I don't know,
Yeah,
it's just like this interesting thing. So like I think
yeah.
the set could be kind of interesting. I do
Mhm.
like what ATC said with the TSD coming
Yeah,
up. Like I think I don't know, TSD challenges are like the ones that I'm definitely going to pay attention to for
for sure.
these. So I think that's the one that I'm for sure going to go after and try.
Mhm.
Um, what will that have in it? Who knows? I think some people in WCC were getting some Sky TSD moments because there's not a
Mm,
TSD in Asia's, and I'm assuming
right.
that's because of her TSD.
Right, that would be a disaster.
So that was what they confirmed. So that's good to
Yeah.
see. But yeah,
Yeah, that would have been an absolute disaster to like include Asia TSD in that. And I like if to have like WNBA like Top Shot Discord like meltdown twice in a week would certainly be something to see, but that would have definitely happened with that. I think your like the sentiment about sort of chasing the Azrae Stevens one, the TSD moment is I think a pretty common one from folks related to the for the cup set. So it's interesting to see what like the minting is going to be like with that. But also, I think you're right, like sort of speculating on like what TSDs would I actually need. What is it? Is it just going to be a Sky one? Is it going to be like a specific Sky player? And what is that? You know, what is that gonna going to mean. I think that part is interesting. So I'm still kind of undecided on the A'ja Wilson. It would take me buying the Sabrina Series 4 moment. Plus, I think I have enough duplicates except one, I think, to do it. So I would need to probably buy just another like floor kind of like fandom duplicate to do it. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not totally sold on that part of it yet. We have 14 entries in our Rui Machida #Machida Magic moment giveaway. We want someone here to win this flipping moment. So like the stream, subscribe to Team Hold on YouTube, put in Machida Magic in the chat if you haven't done so yet. Like, show up. Like, you show up to Morning Marketplace, like you're fighting against like 150 other people. Like, you come to watch your work. We are for the people. Like, we give away moments to anybody who pops up. I think every one of our regulars, like so far, has at least one moment kind of throughout the year. And if you haven't by the end of the year, we'll find a way to do this to make sure that you are rewarded for showing up to just like our train wreck every week. So like, thank you for that. But yeah, throw it in the chat if you haven't done so yet. We are going to start ripping some packs. Right. Yeah, Mac Attack saying truth. This really is a train wreck every week. That's what.
It's also the best sports giveaways on internet. You know, you got it right here.
Like what were we talking about? Someone laid down 1 to 50 odds on the Storm winning the title. You got way better odds here right now. Like, you got like 1 in 14. Come on.
Like, if you're not here, you're missing out. It's just a fact.
That's just a fact. That's right. Snap, did you go for packs today?
I did. I was impatient and I had to rip one, but I still have 2 left.
Perfect. I'm going to bring up some of mine just to so I can remember what it is that I have to start ripping. Sure, we can bounce back and forth on here. I don't mind. Because I got a couple reward packs to open up. So I have my own like Kalia Copper. I got my Mariah Jefferson rewards moment to open up, so where you can play some cereal lottery with that. I saw on Twitter that the Mariah Jefferson like jersey cereal was already pulled today. Yeah. Did Tandy come on to give marriage advice? No, and I've missed like Tandy's show. So like I heard about this and I like need to go back and watch. I watched a little bit of Jed this morning. I watched apparently not enough of Tandy's show to get that going. That is amazing. So let's see what we got here for. Oops, that's not how we do it. You had the open button, not the pack button. Ta-da! There we go. So let's see what we got here. Let's play some Serial Magic. Also, this Mariah moment is great. Like, it's a great basketball play. Like,
it really is.
I just over and over.
I just watched this the other day, like when we got it, and I was like, dang, okay, like it's nuts.
Yeah, it is.
Because I wasn't expecting it.
Kirsty Tolliver is a great player in her own right, and she just eats her up. Oh my gosh,
crazy.
Straight ball, like,
and she's like behind her head, like it's just like a stretch, like that's just nuts.
That's amazing. Yeah. All right, we got a cereal with it. That's fine. Let's do a copper. And this moment is just classic Kalia Copper up and unders. Hey, 391. All right.
Okay, triple digit. We love to see it. Ooh.
I think one thing that's super interesting about this guy, and I just see it like every game, and maybe every other team does this, but when the Chicago Sky get out in transition, they have like the most perfect lanes that they cover. There's the center ball handler, like the outside wings, like they have such great spacing, and I don't know what to attribute that to, whether it's like just like having a bunch of smart players on a team, but like they have really just gorgeous fast breaks. It's a weird thing to compliment a team on, but like,
I mean, it's true though. Like that moment's a great example of that.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like if you ever ran like the 3-man weave stuff, like in high school basketball practice, like that's what it's supposed to look like. Like that's great. Oh man, can you share? Are you
For
able to
sure.
bring stuff up?
Let me pop this up.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did that pop up in? Oh, I think might be
Yep.
backstage.
Yep. We
Cool.
can add to stream. There we go.
All right. Packs. Let's see.
All right.
I need a Victoria Vivian's is still
Yeah.
the TSD that I need. So I got 2 Lexi Browns, but I'm still looking for that Vivian's for sure.
Nice.
Take the Skylar Diggins though. I didn't have
Skylar
this.
Diggins. That's great.
Also looking still, I think I need the Kelsey Mitchell too from here.
Okay.
So, oh, all right. We'll take the Bonner. All right. I think I got a couple Bonners now. We might have to toss them back.
I think that's the experience of getting these base 4 packs is you are definitely getting a whole bunch of dupes, and great to get the Sue Bird moment. Like
always love that.
Yeah, that Sue Bird thumbnail there is undefeated. Like it is so good.
The thumbnail and like the little no look pass, like it's just so nuts, so good.
Yeah, and shout out to WNBA Top Shot and like Jen Ford and like other folks who helped put together a Top Shot get together for Sue Bird's last game. Like they got to like meet up with Sue herself. They got sort of like those club level seats at Climate Pledge Arena for her last game. And man, like we all get like FOMO like pretty often on social media with this stuff, but man, I never had it so bad. That looked like the best time in the world.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, seeing that stuff in the suites, they had the 2 suites and then the like meet and greet after, like that's what we all want. That's the fandom. Exactly. Like that's the utility. So
that's the utility. Yeah. We reached out to Jen to see if she could be on the show, and hopefully she can join us next week just to talk about like what that experience is like. Cause dang, that looks so cool.
Definitely. That'd be really cool to have her on just to see, because that must have been like definitely an awesome experience to have.
Right. You know what else is elusive for Fever players? Mac Attack. W's. Wins. Yeah. I know that hurt. That was too mean.
I felt it.
Oh, I'm ruining all the goodwill that we're building up here. There you go.
Ariel Atkins. All right. All right. We still need that. We need the Fever. What okay, we got another Lexi Brown. We'll take
there
it.
You go.
We'll take it. We're gonna get it's a Vivian's is gonna be traded. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, you are absolutely gonna be able to. Oh, no. There we go.
Kelsey Mitchell triple. We'll take it. We'll take it.
We'll take it. Hey, that's a triple digit. Mitchell. There you go. Oh, see, perfect. I told you, I ruined it, man. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We have the Lexi Brown. We have 3 of them. We're gonna trade it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
that's amazing.
Those are my packs that I have for tonight. But yeah,
all right, that's awesome. Let's see what we got. And like Garen, you're right. Like one-on-one with the WNBA all-time great. Like just for being like a part of Top Shot, and like this was just something that was like organized, I think, by a lot of community folks, and like that part of it is incredible. Man, I'm gonna have to give something to Mac Attack because I think I heard him. I hope I pull the Fever moment just for his sake. Let's see here. Bring it up. The packs. So I got 1 airdrop, bought 2. I think I brought up in the Discord that I wanted to save just a couple bucks just to be able to put towards any like rookies in this series 4 that I didn't have yet. We'll see what kind of luck we have with that. Let's go here. Let's hope for TSDs. We'll go left to right. All right.
Okay.
All right. Mitchell, Mac Attack, that's going to you. Okay.
Great start. Good
start. All right, Ariel Atkins. I don't know that I saw this play. Like I'm gonna let this one roll. Good ball fake. Another ball fake.
It's a little. Okay.
Oh, she doesn't show that kind of energy. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
She's just one of those folks that's just like quietly, like the quiet leadership, and then when like that kind of stuff comes out, like you're like, oh damn.
You're like, okay.
Let's go. All right, we got a badge.
Got there we TSDs.
Go. We'll take it.
Well, that's a deep 3.
Yeah. splash against the Mercury. Oh yeah, I will. We have to do a Rooks trade. We'll definitely get to that. Let's see. All right, we went left to right. We'll go right to left here. Strategy that never works out. Oh, hey.
There you go, Candace.
Let's see. Sparks fast break. Look at this. Look at this. Spacing, and
look at all the ways.
Yep.
All filled up.
I'm serious.
Like you even have people sit back on the wing still. Like it's just nuts. Like yeah.
It has to be because they have like basketball savants like all over their team. Like between Copper, Vandersloot, Quigley, Azrae Stevens, Candace, like the best basketball brains like in the business.
They know where to be at all the right times.
Yeah. All right. We're hitting another Ariel Atkins. Like this mystery or this Mystics fan. Not going to hate on that. All right.
Love to see the
Jewel Lloyd.
There we go. Also, I think what was it? Jewel Lloyd went from having a 1-point game to I think she went off tonight. I think she
went off. Yeah. Did she end up over 20 points? We'll check the box score on that. Because did you see? Was that before you got on? They set the WNBA record for assists in a game.
Oh snap! That's the Storm did.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
They got a team record for points and a half. Like,
how many would that even be? Like, what is that?
We have to look this up. I have no idea. Like, I just saw someone threw it in the chat. Like, it's pretty amazing.
Crazy.
Yeah.
On a random night. Way to finish the season.
Yeah, just random Tuesday. Let's go. All right, another Jewel Lloyd. We'll take that. Yeah, when she had games where she struggled with her jump shot, and then she just can throw daggers like that.
Ooh, triple.
ATCJ, of course, knows this. Finished with close to 37. That's incredible.
That's crazy.
Yeah. We all nope. Another Kelsey Mitchell. There we go. All bucket getters in this pack. There
triple we go. Jewel Lloyd though.
Yeah, why not? 67 total assists by teams in that game. Wow. 67. That's incredible. Yeah.
Lots of
we got a long way to go.
What was the score of that game? That had to be like some kind of high scoring game, right?
All right, we'll check it out. Let's see. I have this just like my brain where I have 13 tabs open. Like we're gonna look at this again. All right. Looks like WNBA website when you look on an actual game. Score page is not the prettiest. 111 to 100 to 100. Wow, both teams triple digits.
That's a 4-quarter game, like no overtime. Yeah, that's nuts.
Gosh, that is wild. Like I knew that it was going to be a night when you put up 38 in a quarter in a WNBA game.
Oh my gosh, yeah, 38.
Let's look at this. All right, Stewie ended up with 25. Jewel Lloyd with 18. Let's see. Anything else around here? Sue Bird, 8 assists. Down here for Chicago, Courtney Vandersloot, 28 points. My gosh. Leave it to her to just like come through with a 28-point game. 7 assists on top of that. 3 rebounds. Who else? Kalia Copper, 17 points. Candace Park with 14, 7, and 5. Jeez.
Yeah,
what a showing.
That's a game. I definitely got to go back and watch that on League Pass.
I know.
Like, check that out.
Like, absolutely.
We need a moment now from that game. We need the all-time assist game.
Exactly. We need the like Top Shot come through with that. Like, we need to bring this up in the next base set drop. Man, Snapper, do you have anything else that we need to cover?
I think that's probably it. Yeah, we had the drop today. Hope everyone got some good luck there. And I don't know. I'm really looking forward to the playoffs. Looking forward to see what Top Shot does for the W, and how the whole new like playoff series should start. Right. I mean, that should be super fun to see. So
it's gonna be super fun.
Lots of fun.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. Every kind of end of year awards race still seems kind of open too. Like MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, 6th Person of the Year. They announced that they're changing the all WNBA first and second teams to be like positionless. With I think that is going to be
wild
to see what that happens. Yeah, like There's no way it can be like an all guards thing like it would be with like the NBA or something, because like Asia's and Stewie are right there. But it's going to be interesting to see what like comes up out of that.
Yeah, I know that'll definitely like it's gonna shake stuff up because it's always just been positions, right? Like,
right.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
I think it's been a 2 guard, 3 forward kind of thing.
Setup, yeah. And you're definitely gonna get more guards, but you can't reject the bigs. Like the W bigs are just too dominant to like you cannot ignore them.
Exactly. I was gonna ask you for any other hot takes, but like I think we planted our flag on these last 2 playoff teams, and let's see how that goes by Sunday. Yeah,
I'm down. Yeah, no, this last week of action should be a good one to finish off the whole season. So definitely, it's been a great season. It's gonna be like an even better like last week, hopefully. So
yeah, I agree. Is there anything you want to shout out in the WCC Discord?
I think so for W set holders, we have a sticker giveaway going on. So if you are in the US, go ahead and get that. That's in the giveaway channel.
Yeah.
RX Mike, Dr. Mike, Pharmacist Mike, he's at his game tonight. So that's going on with the Atlanta Dream and the Aces. Yeah. So really cool. Super stoked that we got a community member to a game. That's just awesome to see. Yeah. And yeah, so it's all good vibes. And we're just going to head into the playoffs. We do haven't dropped it, I guess, in the Discord. We have partnered, the WCC is partnered with Playback. So playback.tv. So hopefully for our collectors in there and international fans, we can catch a few games together, hang out, do some giveaways, and watch some great playoff basketball. So
that's going to be amazing. I can't wait. That's awesome. Well, hopefully RX Mike is going to give some pictures of what the game looked like today. That's so cool that we got more in real life utility. Thanks for all you do in the Discord. Thanks for showing up and hanging for a while.
Of course. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone in the chat. Let's make sure that we can give away this Rui moment.
Oh yeah, we still have the Rui.
We still have the Rui moment. We were just talking. Folks are just like still here waiting.
They're like, this is our. You guys can be quiet now. Like,
right. All right. Last chance until I finish my sentence. Like, get Machida Magic in there. It looks like we got a couple more folks who had bounced in. Yeah, we need more.
We do.
Mike. Yeah,
we do. We need the whole backstory too about him. Like, he should come on the show. Like, did he go to school for it? Is he a doctor? Like, is he a pharmacist? Like, is he a pharmacist technician? Like, how's it all been?
We gotta know. Like, this is a bigger, like, this will actually bring folks to the show. Like show up for the backstory of Machida Mike on this Watch Your Work edition of 48 Hours. Like, let's go. All right, let's spin this. You are gonna get Rui Machida Top Shot debut, rookie badge moment. Make sure to drop your TS name. Limbs, this is like back-to-back wins for Limbs. That's awesome. Limbs, thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the show. Thank you, everyone else. I already know your TS name because I keep giving you moments from my account. Like, it never ends. But congrats. Thanks again, everybody, for showing up. Thanks again, Snap, for helping carry the baton through the last part of this show. And we'll see y'all next week when playoffs are happening. Playoff
basketball.
That's right. Peace out, friends. We'll see you later.
Talk to you guys later. Peace.